room of guys, and so that's practice day in and day out. I think that's where the key is, because we all get along. We're a tight knit group of guys. We all love one another, and we all compete as hard as we can against one another. But it's fun because we all get along, and so I think that'll show through on Saturdays. We'll get a bunch of bodies on the field, and we'll just be rotating. I told Isaac, I'm like, man, we're about to be rotating like receivers. We just got too much talent, so it's awesome. I think it's a special place to be, but it's up to us to continue to work hard, and we still have a couple more weeks before practice, so we really need to put the pedal on the metal and just go for it.
You guys have beaten Auburn, I think, 8 times in the last 10 years just as a program. I mean, what are your thoughts on that rivalry, and what do you expect from this year when they come in?
It's the oldest rivalry in the South. Yeah, I saw a couple T-shirts. I'm like, that's awesome. I didn't know that, so I was a little bit ignorant in terms of the history of it. But they're always a tough team. It's always a fun game. I mean, it's always amped up, especially last time they came to Athens. I think that was one of the most fun games. It was freezing, it was cold, but nobody cared. So I'm expecting the same thing. I mean, our fans are awesome. I mean, you saw what they did on G-Day. They came out for our spring game. There was 93,000 plus. So I'm excited to see how they show out. I think it'll be another fun game.
State.
In terms of what they did differently?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously differently than anyone else.
Not really. I think the main appeal for Ole Miss for me was that my mom's entire side of the family went there. My great aunt, my great uncle, they live there. I have cousins that go there, so it's always been someplace I've wanted to look. And then, thankfully, I had an opportunity to check it out, and I just loved Oxford. I really like the coaches. I love their offense, but I think it was perfect for me. But in terms of recruiting, I haven't been reading the news in terms of them, but it was pretty much the same for me as everywhere else.
You took unofficial visits to several places, right?
Yes, sir. About near everywhere, to be honest. Pretty much almost everywhere in the South, and then a couple places up north, like Ohio State, Notre Dame. I'm trying to think. I don't forget one or two, but yeah, me and my dad, we just traveled a lot, so it's cool to get to know him through that. And thankfully, we were blessed enough to be able to afford it.
Was the one to Oxford any different than some of the other ones you took?
Honestly, no. It's just the same kind of style. Once again, I don't know what's in the news, so I'm sorry if I'm not giving you a good answer, but in terms of how they treated me, it was pretty much the same.
In regards to Oxford playing Ole Miss this year, what are your thoughts on that game specifically with all those ties?
Yeah, once again, because of all the ties, I'm so excited. I mean, I've been there for a few games as a kid. I know a bunch of my friends and family will be down there at the game, so it's just that extra little motivation if you need one going into Oxford to play the Rebels. So I think it'll be a really fun game, and I'm amped about it. I was so